Brooks, skater great, Patrick Young. This is his first game, his debut as a broadcaster. How does it feel to be back, Patrick?
I'm fired up. I'm super thankful to be here. A lot of great memories, and I can't wait to see what my team's going to do here today.
And how about for Gator fans? They're excited to see this team after a win against Florida State. And Colin Castleton, what a performance from him. 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 blocks.
Really impressive doing it on both sides of the court, just bringing that energy that we know he can. With his length, he can affect the game in such a great way.
Castleton en route to the SEC Player of the Week, just a part of that ferocious defense underneath, along with Anthony DeRugi. A career game in terms of rebounds for Colin Castleton. Back-to-back games to start the season with at least 6 blocks. There you see the first skater with 15 or more points, 15 or more rebounds, and at least 6 blocks. You have to go back to 2006 when Joakim Noah did it. So that's some rarefied air that Colin Castleton's a part of, and he is one of the best front court players to start the year in the country. Gators and Milwaukee Panthers. Rowdy's right behind us, getting set to go. And for Milwaukee, they have a presumed lottery pick. And Pat Baldwin, who's coached by his father, Pat Baldwin Sr., that'll be a big part of the storyline throughout today. 39 NBA scouts, including a couple of active sitting NBA GMs, are sitting behind the baskets here at Exactech Arena as we are underway. Good crowd here at Exactech Arena. Gators off that big second half against Florida State en route to a decisive win against their rival, snapping a 7-game losing streak. McKissick, open look. Rebound goes to Josh Thomas. McKissick was battling the flu, and they didn't know what his status would be. Missed practice this week, but was a part of shoot-around. There you take a look at the starting 5 for Milwaukee. Appleby has the takeaway, goes coast to coast for the opening bucket.
I'm telling you, this backcourt, straight dogs. McKissick and Appleby, they're coming at you for 40 minutes.
Almost seems like McKissick and Fleming, their defensive energy is rubbed off on Tyree Appleby.
Look at him.
Outscored Florida State by 18 in the second half as Golston, he's a high-volume scorer. Can't connect there. Jones, the Florida rebound. Starting 5. No Fleming to start. He'll come off the bench. 6 players saw all but 14 minutes in the rotation against Florida State. Part of that is the Gators are still battling some flu issues within their locker room, and that's still the case. Touch here for DeRugi. Jones a deep threat. Good ball movement. Castleton the offensive rebound. He had 8 against Florida State. Using that size. Got his own miss and the stick back. Castleton said after the Florida State win, Patrick, we have a team that has a lot of heart, a lot of energy, and it showed in that second half. And what was a sloppy first half against the Seminoles? Here's Baldwin, presumed lottery pick. Had his pick of the litter. Turned down Duke, North Carolina to play for his father here at Milwaukee. Castleton stretching his range.
Haven't seen him do much of that yet, but let me tell you, if he can add that to his game, oof.
How many threes in his career? Just the 9th attempt in his career. Appleby across the lane, batted out by Newby. And you look at all the NBA scouts, as we'll take a look at Mike White, his resume coming off his 19th AP Top 25 win against Florida State. Only SEC team to make the NCAA tournament since 2017. He's won a game in the last 4 NCAA tournaments. But all the NBA scouts here, not just Baldwin, but everybody a chance to showcase some stuff on this night.
Absolutely, but you don't want that to take away from just staying disciplined and doing everything that it takes to help your team win.
Josh Thomas rises up to DeRugi the rebound. Kissick had the open look, slices through, and that will be a goaltend. That's Moses Bowl. If that last name sounds familiar, it should. He's a cousin of legendary Manute Bol. 10 years in the NBA. His cousin Bol plays with the Denver Nuggets. They have 2 7-footers on this roster they got in the transfer portal. Gators a 6-0 start.
In that Florida State game, they brought out such great energy on both sides, just overcommitted a little bit defensively. But the intensity that they bring starting these games this is a Mike White team right here, a defensive, pressure you, scrapyard dog type team that really has a chance to make a run this year.
He echoed, when I talked to Mike White today, what he said in the preseason, that this has the chance probably to be their second best defensive team going back to his Elite Eight run. Just all the athletes, John Aguno getting hurt during that run, an elite rim protector kind of hurt maybe the rankings, could have been the top defense in all of the country that year, but he has the feeling this is probably has the chance to be the second best defense he's ever coached. Baldwin with 8. Backs in on the smaller Appleby, the touch for Patrick Baldwin Jr., 5-star recruit. He hasn't shot it all too well, but has a double-double over the first 2 games. That just shows his talent.
Yeah, I think he's shooting around 25% from 3 on the year so far, but watching him in warm-ups, he has great touch around the basket, and that's kind of rare to find with big guys.
Castleton, again tonight, playing with that anger, that strength. 8-2 beginning. As Colin Castleton in the flow of the offense once again, an early 4. Some injuries for Milwaukee. 2 starters that are injured as Baldwin well off the mark. He'll hear it from the Rowdies. Jordan Lathan and Tafari Sims are out, a couple of guards that usually are starters in this group. Castleton the step through. Swivels in, banks it home. 6 early points for number 12, and the Rowdies are on their feet. Pickford, Duke, North Carolina, Georgetown, Kentucky, name them. He had an offer from that team, but he decided in what could possibly be a one-and-done type season, a collegiate career for Pat Baldwin, that he would go and play for his dad. He's had the opportunity to train with his dad, but never have this type of setup where he has the opportunity to coach him. And he said, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but Milwaukee because of the opportunity to play for his father. And talking to Pat Baldwin Sr. yesterday, he said that he knows obviously his son very well. He knows how to control his emotions, and talking about his son, saying that he's just even keeled. Nothing gets to him. You think, Patrick, that all the outside noise of NBA scouts, lottery pick, that could be a lot for a young player.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure is always going to be on you. But for him, he wants to be great. With this opportunity presented before him, and you only get one opportunity really. It's very rare to play for your dad, so I admire the decision in which he made. And it's going to make his dad a better coach. It's going to make him a better player. I just hope that he can have an opportunity to make it to the tournament this year, because in the Horizon League, they're predicted to finish 4th right now, which in those leagues, you got to win the tournament to make it to the tournament.
Yeah, picked 4th. Last tournament for Milwaukee, 2014. Appleby, shove off towards DeRougie. Look at the ball movement again, just popping around. Appleby slithers through, lost it. Baldwin scoops it up. That was the thing that Mike White had talked about when we talked to him earlier today, is the ball movement's just different this year. Everybody's looking to make that extra pass. Vin Baker Jr. has come on. Son of 4-time NBA All-Star. You guessed it, Vin Baker. DeAndre Golston, high volume scorer. Last touch, Florida underneath. Brandon McKissick comes back in. Appleby out. Appleby was battling that flu hard against Florida State. In the middle of that second half, he had to run to the bathroom to essentially vomit and come back in the game and finish it out. He had 5 assists, was able to contribute. Everybody seems to be battling from that flu bug on this roster.
That Florida State game meant way too much for this team. There was no way. Ooh.
DeRougie staples it home. Sky high for Anthony DeRougie. He's been electric to start a new year.
I don't know what kind of staplers you use, Kyle, but I've never seen a staple do that.
Right. Just a different comfort level, Patrick, for Anthony DeRougie this season. Charges up the Rowdies. Baldwin just can't seem to get it going.
What really helps a player like Anthony DeRugi, who ended up transferring, to elevate his game is to know who you are and play to your strengths.
Mike White said that competition with C.J. Felder has really helped Anthony DeRugi become a different player and take that next step.
Not only that, has that the competition outside of the court, or inside of the court, I should say, but outside of the court, you know, a lot of life changes for Anthony DeRugi. I was actually able to attend his wedding, and now not only is he playing, he's playing for more than just himself, and just being able to represent himself so well on the court as a man, as a player, as a teammate, and it just elevates your game.
Castleton underneath, bodying through, tipped around, Golston corrals it. Gators a 10-point lead in the early going. Golston coast to coast, and a much-needed bucket to stop a 6-0 Gators spurt, as Milwaukee had missed their prior 5 shots. Gators trying to get it off to a 3-0 start. We'll head to Fort Myers on Monday, as Fleming thought he got fouled, no whistle. Jordan Lathan turns it over. Fleming all alone.
You're not going to get an easier 2 in your career than that one right there.
Active hands defensively from DeRugi. Anthony DeRugi, what a start to the new year, has helped balloon this lead. Played with this year, that's been impressive.
One thing about this team, they are not going to get out-punked. They don't care who's on the other side, but especially that Florida State game, it was very personal. It meant a lot for those guys coming out, and they brought the energy from the tip to the final buzzer the entire game.
And with that win, Gators now ranked in the top 25, 24 in the AP poll. Coach White, he's told his team, how do we respond to success and national success as well in terms of the polls? It's a team and a program that has struggled after big wins to sustain success.
It's so easy to want to relax and to step on to the next day and not think, I need to work just as hard and commit myself just as much as the beginning. But you look long term. Short term should never determine what you're going to do in the process.
Thomas navigates through for the bucket. Josh Thomas, first start today, native of Chicago, Illinois, JUCO transfer, averaging 15 points per game at 23 against Eastern Kentucky. What was a 6-point loss for Milwaukee? They had a big surge in the second half, but fell short. Down 26 in the latter half. Fleming. Felder corner 3. That's not his range. Only played 2 minutes, did Felder against Florida State. Getting him in the rotation early. Thomas turns the corner over Jitobo, put back from Kane, no. And back tap to the perimeter. The motor from Appleby. Jitobo, vision, Fleming.
That's just great basketball, because even though he missed that shot, it's going to open up another opportunity for another guy. And it's just subconsciously helping them to reinforce moving the ball around.
How about this run for Milwaukee? Golston buries the tray. Last year's top scorer for the Panthers has made this a 5-point game. He's averaged 18 through the first 2. They have 3 scorers that average double figures. Jitobo rolling through. Fleming rising up. Back to 7. The vision from Jitobo.
Showing off some passing skills here, the big fella. Give it to him a few more times.
Keith Browning searching inside for the teardrop. Kane does corral it, and I'll say Kane stepped out. Patrick, let's take another look back at that Fleming slam.
He has my name for the best name, my vote for the best name in basketball. Philandrous Fleming Jr.
Yeah. You like the hairstyle, too. You were talking about that in the pregame that Fleming's got going.
Look good, play good.
That's right.
That's what Primetime said, right?
Appleby just snaking through investigative drive. McKissick tries to break down his defender. Oh, that was pretty. Put him in a spin cycle. Brandon McKissick. Again, playing under the weather tonight. Grad transfer from UMKC. Samba Kane, one of 2 7-footers. Drops a dime underneath for Thomas. Big guys getting into the action in facilitation. Saw Jatobo drop a dime. Samba Kane gets in the act.
Some of the best basketball is when you get inside out.
Felder will say he stepped out. Here's Castleton who comes in, who, Patrick, we were talking in the pregame, you know, the Gators going more of a 5-out kind of system offensively, that it's allowed him a little bit offensively, right, to be more productive.
Yeah, and honestly, when I first saw the first game of the season and Colin out at the three-point line, I'm like, how are they going to get the guy the ball? He's most effective down in the paint, but Coach White has done a fantastic job with the backdoor cuts and the screens, getting him the ball to his spots. And he just adapted and stepped up, because that's what players do. They adapt to the system, they bring energy, they work their butts off, and they get results.
Meanwhile, Baldwin with 5 after hitting that 3. Second made 3 for the Panthers. McKissick, corner 3. Browning comes away with it. The sidestep, can't finish, but we'll get 2. So they're going to go back and review this 3 at the next stoppage. What do you think? Toe on the line?
Toe on the line.
Referees obviously don't have that luxury in the moment. Will Howard, Patrick Evans, Todd Austin, our officiating crew tonight.
I don't know, maybe there's a little hover action over that line.
So we'll go back and look at that. Patrick Baldwin, right now considered a 3. Baldwin dealt with an ankle injury his final year of high school, or else he would have been the top overall prospect coming out of high school. Officially was the 4th ranked prospect coming out of school.
One thing that might affect his draft status, you know, this is probably the biggest game they're going to have on their season. You're going to want to see, nice shot from Castleton from the top, showing the range. But you would love to see Patrick Baldwin going against some other competition, seeing how he fares against guys his size, just as skilled. But I have no doubt when he gets to the next level, he'll adapt in no time.
It went from 10 NBA scouts against Eastern Kentucky to 39 tonight that are in the crowd at Exact Tech Arena. And I'm sure Castleton wants to showcase some things in terms of extending his range and what he can do offensively. As Baldwin got denied by Castleton, another swat here on the new year. Gators have had 10 blocks in the first 2 games. Castleton has led the nation in blocks per game. Jones, the drive-by. Tarushi, the launch, buries it.
With what he brings to the game, if he's knocking down, shooting 35% from 3 this year, they're going to be tough to guard.
What was an awful start from the line, from the three-point line. Gators were 0 of 8 from deep. That's their first three-point made coming from Anthony Tarushi. Now Newby shoulders in, fades and fires. Gators 46% from the floor to start. Block touch, Castleton ducks in, finishes, plus the harm. And I think the biggest thing last year was the surprise maybe to some what they got from Colin, who did not play much at Michigan. And this year, coming into the year, is #1 on the scouting report. Tarushi can't put it back in.
I had an opportunity to...
Might be a clock issue here.
But as I was saying, I had an opportunity to speak with Colin and his journey to Michigan and then coming here. He has such humility about him and focused on getting better every year, even though he wasn't playing. And when his opportunity came, it's no surprise at all from hearing his story that he stepped up last year, and the way that he started this year. I mean, he's helping his team in every way. He's running the floor hard. He's bringing energy. Look at that.
How about that energy?
On the alternating possession, Milwaukee basketball.
Take another look. Patrick Baldwin, a lot of people think he could be a lottery pick, but Collins say, hey, look at me, what I'm doing this year.
Why not? At this pace in which he's going, the way in which he affects the game, how he's improved, his size, his running ability.
Shot clock was at 1. Newby gets it off. Fleming rises high for the rebound. Clear out again, Castleton. Oh, the duck in.
That was a really nice move.
But again, that 5-out look from Florida's Castleton trying to go in isolation. This ball whistling off Tyree Appleby. I think that hit him in the face. Oh, yeah.
What this 5-out offense helps Castleton do is to show his ability to put the ball on the floor, get the big off of him, shoot it a little bit, and attack the rim. And having that flexibility and not only being a back-to-the-basket guy is really going to help him be more effective.
See the numbers tonight, coming off that double-double with 6 blocks against the Seminoles. Thomas, the leader. Appleby wants to push. Gators can have numbers if they hurry. Fleming, reversal style. Fleming really gutted out 22 minutes on Sunday. He's somebody who had an IV day of the game against the Seminoles. I'll say last touch here, Flanders Fleming. Did not participate in shoot-around before Florida State, just sat off in the distance here inside Exactech Arena with a hoodie on, a mask on. Went 2 days without any reps before that game and gave a hard-fought 22 minutes, along with 9 points and 5 rebounds.
That's inspiring. That's inspiring to your teammates that they know that you're struggling, but you love your guys so much. You're going to go out there and battle and try to help affect winning.
Meanwhile, freshman Elijah Kennedy is checked in. Newby lets it fly. A long 2. Only a 30% half from the floor for the Panthers. Castleton setting up underneath against Joey St. Pierre. DeRougie charging through, swatted out by Baldwin. 3 to shoot, Fleming, limited space. He's got it.
The unselfishness of this Gator team is something that, in the way it's being emulated here, even though all the shots aren't falling, the ball is just bouncing around, getting good looks.
Patrick, they've been waiting for that efficiency from Flanders Fleming. Came into this game shooting 25%. Big part of a 12-2 Gator run. It's still early, and Coach White also says that as well. Gators space it again.
It's still early, but the message that's echoed is that all these guys love each other.
Yeah.
They all are competitive. They enjoy COVID year of being apart from your teammates, not having a locker room, will really put a perspective of gratitude and help you just enjoy being present with your teammates every single opportunity you get.
Baldwin misfires from deep. He's been held to 3 of 9 in the first half. DeRougie, the step through, the leaner, plus the whistle. All starts with that quick first step, right, Patrick?
Quick first step to the left-hand finish right there.
How was the wedding, by the way? You said you went to Darushi's wedding. Good wedding?
It was a very good wedding. A lot of dancing.
Yeah. Are you a good dancer?
You know, I like to think I am.
Yeah.
I
So
think
you are.
I
You're
think
being
it's
humble.
subjective. It's subjective. It's opinion based. But
No,
I can
you
bob
know
my head.
when there's a bad dancer, you know it.
How about yourself,
Pretty
Kyle?
objective. I could do the robot.
Oh man.
It's about where it ends. Put Mr. Roboto on, it's over. Gators balloon it to 15. Jordan Latham, who was a game-time decision with a hip injury. Loose ball for Kennedy. Gators tonight, Toon Gatkick not available. He's been battling the flu, so somewhat limited depth in that front court. He did not participate in shoot-around. He's not on the bench either. As Castleton, speaking of front court, will hop back in for Daruji.
I absolutely love early adversity for these teams in the beginning of the season. As you work your way through those things, is the team going to stay together? Can we address them? Because no championship is won in November.
Yeah.
If we can figure those things out and stick together through whatever comes our way, somebody's not playing, whatever it may be, stick to the system, we can make a run.
Appleby does draw the foul. It was met in a double. Now Appleby is being, and there you see the leadership, Patrick, of a Brendan McKissick quickly diffusing the situation. They did get a foul called on Lathan, I believe. And you see the extra stare after. And Appleby's a guy, he's not gonna back off from a confrontation.
Substituting for Florida, number 0, Myron Jones.
To your point about McKissick, had an opportunity to speak with Preston Green. They got a little workout in before
I noticed that.
coming over here. Nothing but great things to say about McKissick, his leadership, his basketball IQ, competitiveness, being that Swiss Army knife for this team here as they make this run. His last go-round, hopefully, to make something happen special with his career.
And everybody echoes the same sentiment because a lot of these guys are coming from programs that did not do a lot of winning. They want to get the opportunity to play in an NCAA tournament. You look at Myron Jones, who went to a Penn State. They did not have much success there. And a lot of these guys are learning, one, to have a top 25 ranking, have that target on your back, but, you know, have some pressure come March. Castleton and Kane. Little pull-up.
In a game like this, I still like to see Castleton take that shot. That's only going to make his game even more expansive because he's shown he can drive to the basket, but once he gets someone to bite on that pump fake, he's going to dunk on somebody. I mean, he's 7'3" wingspan, 6'11". I stood next to him earlier today, and I was like, goodness, I would have.
He was towering over you. That's what you said.
Towering over me, yeah.
It's very rare. Golston, a tough look. Jones will take it. That extra pass for Felder. Inside a minute to go.
Myron Jones still yet to take a shot in this game, which surprises me. It wouldn't surprise me, knowing he's the best shooter on this team and the confidence he has from all of his teammates to shoot the ball. The green light is always there, but still with a great plus-minus, even though he hasn't scored or taken a shot in this game.
He's been a second-half guy to start the year. Put 20 up in the second half against, or 20 for the game, 4 or 5 from 3 in the second half against Elon. He had 9 second-half points against FSU as Felder rumbling through. He knocked out. See C.J. Felder from Boston College, part of those transfers coming over. Mike White said he has the chance to be the best defender I've ever coached. Castleton again, the strength. Good defense from Kane. Look at a block here from Appleby. The shot clock was turned off. Milwaukee could have held for the final shot. So they will get free throws here. Both teams have gone cold over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
He'll shoot 2 shots.
Markeith Browning, JUCO National Championship. State of Kansas, went to Coffeyville Community College. Still has 4 seasons of eligibility left. Fleming in, Felder out.
Where is Coffeyville, Bill?
Kansas.
Kansas?
Yeah. You ever been to Kansas? Besides they playing the Jayhawks, I guess?
Never played the Jayhawks.
You played them here, though, right?
Here,
2013.
yeah, never went there. Never went to Lawrence.
And speaking of, that's the last time they had this many NBA scouts in the building. They had 24 when Andrew Wiggins and Joel Embiid were, when the Jayhawks were here back in 2013.
With the way those 2 guys' careers is going, I'm surprised every single NBA scout wasn't here for those guys.
Appleby snaking, had it taken away by Baldwin. Behind the back, right at the horn, the 5-star prospect getting it done. Defense into offense, going a little behind the back. Gators had their lead trimmed down to 11 going into the break, and Patrick Baldwin getting in the passing lane.
Not having a great game, but that's a flash of greatness right there.
It's the flashiest layup you'll see in this game tonight. Gator fans having a lot of fun in the first half, led by Castleton with 10 points, Fleming with 9. The whole cast and crew having a good start to this one. Gators up 11. The biggest voice in practice was Keontae Johnson. He said, quote, "We've been here before, a big ranked win. How do we respond after that?" We talked about the West Virginia game last year and the Gators losing to South Carolina right after that at home. The Gators trying to deal with that prosperity and continue to be consistent. Appleby right at the start of the half in front of his own bench. Gators just 3 of 12 from deep. Milwaukee get more looks for Patrick Baldwin Jr. Number 23 in black, right on cue. Watched by Tarugi. Baldwin, the quick first step.
I expect they're going to feed him a lot more this half, and he's going to be a lot more aggressive. He is by far the best player on that team.
3 made field goals in the first half. Rather, 4 made field goals. He now has 10. Jones, the teardrop.
Ooh.
Trying to feather one off the window. Last touch, Florida. It's been a season again of slow starts from Iron Jones. He's been a second half player. 4 of 5 in the opener in the second half from 3, 9 of his 12 in the second half against Florida State.
In that Florida State game, struggled a little bit finding his shot, finding good looks, but he has a short memory. The ability to just move on to the next shot and have that confidence that he's put that work in practice. His teammates have given him the confidence. They want him to shoot the ball. Double green light. Something I know nothing about.
No, you didn't have that?
Never had that one.
I thought I had it back in 8th grade, but there's a lot of bricks I threw off. Jones off the screen, and here he is. He has one of those real high arcing rainbow threes, Patrick. Roof scraper.
Yeah, I thought it was going to touch the speaker at the top of the Zach Tech here.
Golston going to work, got tripped up by McKissick, who is relentless.
Florida foul number 23, Brandon McKissick. His first.
Doesn't need much space, Patrick.
Against Florida.
Just needs a window. He puts that where he has always been known as a shooter, someone that can score and get a shot off.
60 made threes for Penn State last year. That led the team. Appleby. Jones all alone, two-hand flush. Well, it's been the Jones show to start. See 11 points off turnovers now. All starting with the active hands of Appleby and the tiptoe on the sideline.
Second team foul. Milwaukee basketball.
Great athleticism and balance to catch that low ball and still go up and slam it with 2 hands there.
Up to 17. Golston. He's had a real tough night now, 2 of 7. Lob it upstairs. Taruji drops the anchor.
Tyree was looking for that the whole time. He just wanted Anthony to continue running towards the basket. Even though he started kind of out on the wing there, he finished, went up to the rim. He knew he was going to pass that ball to him the whole time.
Milwaukee just still searching with some of their top scorers that have struggled in this game. Thomas and Golston had a rough go of it. Castleton keeping it alive on the offensive glass. Gators now 7 offensive rebounds. Ball zipping around. Appleby zipping through. Jones with 1 on the timer, shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. Substitution for Milwaukee, number 2, Jordan Lathan.
Gators have gotten used to this.
Yeah, I know, right? Anthony Taruji has a 40-inch vertical at his height. You don't have to throw the ball too high, and even if you do, he'll still go up there and get it.
Not many players in the country mimic the athleticism, just some of the tangibles that Anthony Taruji has. He can jump out of the gym. Thomas traps. Patrick Baldwin Sr. takes a timeout. Gators, a lot of energy out of the locker room, a 7-0 run. In terms of practice carrying over to games, he's at times guarded 1 through 5 on the floor. He's stepped up, hit some big shots against Florida State. Baldwin. Won't see that often.
Who was guarding him?
Taruji.
Hey.
Something for Patrick Baldwin's visit to Gainesville, the chant of airball. With 39 NBA scouts, a couple of active sitting GMs in the building tonight. Jones turns the corner. Castleton puts it home. Jones showing that vision. One thing that continues to stand out is the unselfish nature of this team on the offensive side of the floor. St. Pierre.
Absolutely, we're sitting at 10 assists right now, and how many of didn't get converted? But these guys are doing so intentional about trying to find the other. Goes to show like how well they're practicing. Look at that.
Castleton, a right-handed jackhammer. 11-0 Gator run, couple of dunks for number 12. Taruji coming out of nowhere. Everything working right now for the orange and blue. Castleton got fouled. He's living up to now the raised expectations this year, that preseason first team All-SEC honor.
He absolutely is, and one thing that kind of concerned me, not concerned, but looking at a player that puts their name into the draft and wants to get that feedback, sometimes the feedback you can get can be a distraction from what you need to do. The thing that got you there, your strengths, take you away from doing those things consistently, but it only made Colin have more fire. It only opened up the door for him to get better, and he has shown up every single game for this Gator team so far.
Vin Baker, it's been a rough night for Milwaukee offensively. 11-0 run. Taruji. McKissick passes up the 3. Oh! Floater short. had the defender on skates. Another night of suffocating perimeter defense. Baker got blocked.
The ball just went through the net from Milwaukee there.
Milwaukee, a team last year that had the moniker Team Comeback. They had 4 different wins when trailing by 10 or more points. They had one of the largest comebacks in recent memory, a 24-point comeback win in the conference tournament to Wright State. They had the second largest comeback in the final 5 minutes of the game. They trailed by 24 points in the final 5 minutes, were able to come back and get a win, 94-92. Led by Pat Baldwin Sr., former assistant at Northwestern for 4 seasons. Team picked 4th in the league. They have not finished better than 7th over the last 3 years. Last tournament was 2014. Moving screen.
Foul on number 12, Colin Castleton. His second, 4th team foul.
Ahead for Thomas. It's been a tough night for him. Now Fleming will run. McKissick checks his feet.
Almost had to push the ref out of the way there as well.
And a block here on Appleby. Mike White always uses the phrase defending without fouling. That time Appleby ultra aggressive. That was the first thing that when I said, Coach, what are your keys tonight? Defending and not fouling. Defending hard without fouling.
I think one thing that fires up every single college coach and NBA coach is fouling jump shooters, especially behind the three-point line.
Gators have done it a couple times this year.
Oh, man.
That'll get you right on the bench.
On the bench and probably instantly sprout out some gray hairs.
Well, Appleby instantly comes out. Browning.
Tip.
Fleming got a piece. Again, relentless. Castleton. Big strides in the lane. Thought about that 3. Took one earlier tonight, came up empty, and what was his 9th attempt of his career. Active hands and a leak out. Jones, the layup. Now 13 points off turnovers. Baldwin getting those air ball chants.
Can't say I loved Baldwin's effort right there getting back. I think he had an opportunity to block that shot on the fast break, but this Gator team's done a terrific job turning over this Milwaukee team and converting it over to easy baskets. And that's the one thing I really worried about these Mike White teams these last few years. Those easy baskets that other teams so often were able to get, they were a dime a dozen for the Gators. With this suffocating defense and just pushing it back on the other side, it really opens up not having to worry about the half-court offense. Defending in transition is probably one of the hardest things to do in basketball, where you can get the rebound and go. Most of that's just effort.
Baldwin splits a pair. Leads the Panthers tonight with 11. He's had double-doubles in the first 2 efforts of the season. Appleby Up the ladder for Castleton. Can't touch it home. Reset. Appleby lines it up. Sticks it home.
Little flex there to the crowd.
Always shows emotion, does Tyree Appleby. Baldwin just seems out of sorts tonight. For a young kid, there's just a lot of pressure wherever he goes to perform. The hype around him. Browning. Swatted out by Felder. And that'll bring us to another official break in the action.
Being up good shots and being relentless on both sides of the court.
See 34 points in the paint, a lot of lobs to the rim tonight, 13 assists on 23 made field goals.
Is it fair for me to say I have a little bit of FOMO? Because I did not get past that many lobs when I played in all 4 of my years.
Well, do it in your suit. Run out there. I'll throw you a lob. No field goals nearing the last 8 minutes for the Panthers. There's 26 points tonight. Fleming, the stop and start. Only 5 to shoot. Oh, Fleming looked right at the timer. Found the space and found the 3. First time in double figures as a Gator for Flanders Fleming. Career 15-point per game score.
I want everyone in the country to know his name.
The Rowdies didn't have their voice ready to go until that point. This will get them going. Another airball chant.
Soon enough, it's going to be every single player on the Milwaukee team getting the airball chant.
Both teams will head to Fort Myers for a tournament coming up early next week. And there's another air ball. We Gator basketball.
We're probably going to be hearing a lot of that the rest of this game.
Just one of those nights for Milwaukee. Outscored 22-4 in the second half. Castleton wants it. Backs in Kane. Sweeps across the lane, got fouled. Foul called on the 7-footer Samba Kane.
Samba Kane, his first 13 foul. At the line for 4.
There's that Fleming 3, Patrick. A little extra after.
Saucy.
2 of 4 from 3. Had to do just about everything for Charleston Southern. This is grad season, 102 career games, 89 career starts. He's played a lot of college basketball. And it was a struggle to start the year. It came in just 25% from the floor.
Well, I think that's something you would expect when you come from a system in which you've known where your role was significant. How do I fit in with this new system where, of course, I still want to win, but I might have to take a back seat and see how I fit into this new puzzle piece to help my team be as effective.
Newby. Thomas with 5. Thomas lost it. Suffocating defense. A bad shot. Gators on a breakout. McKissick wide open. You bet. Up to 33 as Baldwin throws it away. This one getting out of hand. The freshman. Reeves. Again crashing the offensive glass. Castleton the step through and the bucket.
Stop the bleeding.
Meanwhile, the scoring drought over 10 minutes for the Panthers. 27-4, the scoring edge in this second half. This was an 11-point game at the break. Still nothing. Castleton runs the floor.
Castleton does just such a great, he has such great hands. He runs the floor, grabs the rebound. He's the first guy getting onto that other side. Having that and a point guard that wants to get you the ball is only going to keep everybody happy and help score points and win and open the floor. Fans getting back involved with these games and some normalcy.
Almost half of a full half without a bucket for Milwaukee. And they'll wait a little longer. Almost 11 minutes now. And if you're Patrick Baldwin Sr., I'm not sure what you say to your team at this point. Touch for Chitogo, the quick spin off the window. Just dominant out of the locker room.
So now his victory of this game seems pretty secure for this Gator team. Coach White, me putting myself in the mind of Coach White, you want to see the guys that aren't playing as much come in, step up, keep the pace, don't turn the ball over, take good shots, keep the unselfish, disciplined game. And here's the opportunity to do that.
As Appleby has the proper response from three, and a breaking development. First bucket in 11.5 minutes. Coming from Donovan Newby, the freshman guard. Baldwin. It's been that kind of night as well against Troy and Texas Southern. So some tough games coming up for Mike White's team.
Oklahoma, future SEC team here.
Yeah. St. Pierre, the lay in plus the foul. So the Gators will learn a lot about themselves in that Fort Myers tournament, especially that second game, whether it's Ohio State or Seton Hall. We've seen a lot of upsets early to start the college basketball season.
All this Gator team has to do is stay in the moment, stay present, build day by day. In practice, every rep, how you encourage your teammates, how you push each other. It will go a long way for this team as they are off to a solid start.
Newby zipping inside. There's Baldwin. Two-handed dunk. Gators space it again. Appleby wraparound Chitogo. Athletic catch from St. Pierre. Somehow got that to the rim.
St. Pierre.
And some life from the Panthers. Let's see the points in the paint tonight. Gators 40 points in the painted area. Touch pass Appleby. Only 4 to shoot. Reeves.
Offense has gotten a little stagnant here. Hopefully we can get Myron Jones going. He can score it.
Browning playing bumper cars in the lane. And how about this, an 8-0 run for Milwaukee. They sleptwalked to the first 10 minutes of this first half.
Love to see C.J. Felder get a little bit more involved. It would be great to get him going.
Rattles out. This will be a foul on Jatobo. How about Jason Jatobo's role? You know, come SEC time, the body with the big bodies of the SEC, to see what he can give this team this year.
Well, it's of no surprise that Jason is difficult to move. Preston Green has done a fantastic job with helping Jason move those feet of his. He's got great touch. Sometimes the attitude can, and the mindset of staying committed, but he can fare with anyone with his size and his ability, his hands. The conditioning is going to be really important for him to have more time on the court, because defensively, Coach White, that is his main objective for all of his players, to be very effective and there not to be a drop on the level of whoever is on the court.
Niles Lane, another guy trying to earn more minutes. Back and forth we go, Markeith Browning. A 10-0 Panther run, so things have shifted. Gators so comfortably in front. If you're Patrick Baldwin Sr., you have to like the resurgence from your group over the last 2 and change. Jatobo. St. Pierre got a piece and a tie-up.
Jump ball on the alternating position, Milwaukee basketball. Substitutions for Milwaukee, number 1.
Jatobo will come out.
For Florida, number 4, Anthony DeRushi.
It'll be DeRushi who comes back in. Gators playing a small lineup right now with Jones, Fleming, Lane, DeRushi, and Appleby. Swatted against the glass by DeRushi, but St. Pierre is there. It's a 12-0 run. Castleton still remains on the bench, as well as a foul. His 5th career double-double tonight. As Joey St. Pierre has been the spark to this 12-0 run. Former Division II player, played Parkside in Wisconsin. Last year was a practice player with the team. And playing a big role this season.
He's been running the floor pretty well.
Appleby snaps the net. Off the curl, 3. And ends that extended run for Milwaukee. 4 of 6 from 3 is Tyree.
Game that he just had to battle through here. Really awesome to see him knocking down the 3.4 of 7 tonight from 3.
Gators 7 of 14 and a half from 3. Winding down the final 3.5 minutes. Kissick stops on a dime. These are big minutes, although the scoreboard wouldn't indicate that in the grand scheme of things. But for a guy like Niles Lane, this is an opportunity to show something here in the final 3:18. Guy was fighting for more minutes. He's kind of buried on that depth chart at his position, number 44 in white.
Exactly. Everybody wants to play, and everyone's it has to do their due diligence for that. It just grinds the coach's gears or makes him a little upset when, you know, he makes those substitutions and gives that trust, and the team gives up a 10-0 run. And those things in which he's enforcing for you to get in practice day in and day out. You see the level of the defensive pressure has dropped here a little bit for Florida. I mean, Brandon McKissick coming back in, you know what he's going to be doing. He's going to be a ball hawk. But this is the opportunity for Niles to step up and show that he deserves more minutes.
Browning rises up at the rim. DeRushi with the contest. McKissick, the back end. DeRushi, the flyby. We'll get 2 shots. Feeling some pain on that left side. Born in the Bronx, New York. Went to high school in Maryland, transferring over from Louisiana Tech. Track and field star in high school, as you can imagine. State champ in the high jump.
That's exactly what I was going to guess right there. Has to be.
Again, no surprise. Entered the starting lineup after the Keontae Johnson situation last year. He's hoisted into a different role. Now this year, he's the main focal point of Mike White's team. And another good performance as DeRougie comes out. A little handshake with his head coach.
Leading the Gators here in plus minus, and I realized I didn't do a good job of explaining what that is, so I'm going to help you fans out that are watching. Plus minus is a sports stat used to measure a player's impact on the game, represented by the difference between the team's total scoring versus their opponents when that player is in the game. And Anthony DeRougie's plus minus is 43 right now, which is pretty superb.
I like it. Going to school with Patrick Young.
Going to school with Patrick Young.
Fleming. St. Pierre the rebound. That roar you hear, Alex Klatsky coming to the table, a walk-on. St. Pierre jabs at Felder for the foul.
You caught him in the back of the head there.
Listen to this roar once Alex Klatsky's name gets said over the public address.
Substitution for number 3, Alex Klatsky.
Now, Mark Wise, who I work some of these games with, he says the rule for walk-ons is you get it, you shoot it, there's no passing.
I concur. I think
you share that same thought.
Especially here early in the season, the opportunities as it rolls on are going to come, very sparingly.
Lane got fouled.
Actually, I believe I was here with Bill Koss when one of the walk-ons, whose name I can't remember, Zach.
Doesn't pop in my head, no.
He was the player that was with Coach White that has one of his arms is not fully developed.
Right.
And I was here with the opportunity when he scored his first basket as a Gator, which was pretty awesome to see. It was a pretty fancy move that he put on as well, but just really awesome to see when a walk-on gets that opportunity to come on and they earn their spot here with the team and to hopefully share that moment with their family and the fans.
I think of the amount of work that they put in, in every shoot around, every single practice. These guys are going 110% to get these guys prepped. It's about, 5 hops off the back of the rim. A little home cooking for Niles Lane. And the Gators crack 80 tonight. Browning, he's been active and won. 6 second half points for Markeith Browning the second.
Number 1, CJ Felder is 4. 9th team foul.
Milwaukee will also be going to Fort Myers. We'll take on Bowling Green. Both teams will be heading down south. Patrick Baldwin Sr. chance to regroup with his team. It was a tough offensive night. They have a good stretch in the second half as Felder sticks at Trey. First points of the night for C.J. Felder. And has a rebound. Is this the Klatsky possession?
I hope so. Kind of hard with 3 guys in the corner.
Fans want it. Reeves takes it and hits it. He'll take that too. The Gators do crack 80 tonight. wall to wall with the lead as Lane get whistled for the foul. 4 in double figures. Castleton his 5th career double-double with 19 and 10. DeRougy 12 and 7. Appleby 4 of 7 from 3, 14 points. Fleming with 12. The Spurs scoring.
Here we go. Here's the opportunity.
Klatsky in the near corner, number 3 in white. Don't think they'll offer up a shot, maybe a second differential. Coach White's calling off the Dogs.
Oh, come on, Coach.
You'll have to talk to him about that later. And that will do it.
Does that count as a